Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show on Now TV International. As we promised earlier that we shall be talking about the exceptional adventure of Mr. Beast. Just imagine wandering through hidden chambers and ancient passageways that have been untouched for over 4,500 years. Mr. Beast and his crew actually were able to do so, and to talk more about it, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Wael Badawy, Professor at the Faculty of Artificial Intelligence and member of the Research and Communications Council for Information Technology. Good morning to you, Doctor.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, and we're very happy to have you over the phone with us and talking about an exceptional adventure, that of Mr. Beast. What made Mr. Beast's visit to the pyramids actually an exceptional experience from your point of view?
It was an exceptional visit because he received or he is granted unprecedented access to different areas of the pyramid. It was not only the pyramids inside. Also, he was
for 100 hours.
He was for 100 hours, and he was accompanied by also high-profile individuals known in the Egyptology science. So those have been providing lots of insights and details. Also, the adventure through the narrow passages and secret chambers. This access demonstrated over YouTube videos as an influencer. It provides curiosity for people to come to repeat the same experience. So this was a historic moment for Egypt to go through this agricultural marvels of the pyramids, and then it tried to be demonstrated. And the best thing like it is not our vocal saying pyramids are great. It's actually people who are not from here coming to here and say this is the greatest piece of art around the globe.
Is there actually a chance for Egypt to grant the same experience to someone else?
I believe if someone will request and demonstrate how he will manipulate outcomes and how he will present it, Egypt, this was the first in, and I don't think Egypt will be and will not be given to respected people to come through, because we have been watching the influence over the internet and YouTube, all the discussions around it, all the searches about it, the number of views have been accumulated in there's a minute. Like by the time you see the episode and you watch it, maybe about 500,000 extra have been watching it. So this kind of hype is really
we reached over, yes, we reached over 70 million viewers actually.
Yeah, so he's like, it's a very interesting experience how to advertise or how to position our marvels in this approach. This is where we talk about the new digital media. We talk about the different journalism, the different documentaries are not institute TV based. These basically are individually based. So this is where the changes is happening right now, and we are so lucky that our government have been watching this and capturing the fruit of this particular shift.
Okay, and about the video, actually, what was the most interesting thing about the video, from the lighting to the angles that were shot and everything? From your point of view, what are the most important things that were covered inside the video?
The most interesting things have been covered is how he positioned himself inside all of these narrow tunnels or narrow hallways or corridors inside the pyramids.
Yes.
The way this is what being shown, it showed actually, I believe this is demonstrated as wider, because at certain point in our life we visited these particular areas of the pyramid during the years, the past years in Egypt. But I don't think this was just much wider. The second part, which was really interesting, is Dr. Zahi Hawass, as a worldwide expert in Egyptology,
of course, yes,
to give the commentary and also the warm welcoming of the director of the pyramids area, and everybody was just basically showing a unique
and guiding them as well. And he was guiding them as well.
Yeah, and he was guiding them, but the warm feeling we got, because they basically welcoming them, it gave a more human touch. So he was not somebody coming to give a reflection, he was basically one immersed in the pyramids, and then the people who are more aware of the pyramids, they were actually explaining to them and demonstrating. This actually also, on the side note, this showed that we are expert in these pyramids. Like people who claim that Egyptology is a European science. No. We have people here are more than expert in this area of our life.
Actually, this video gave a lot of information and showed a lot of things that no one knew about before, not only the foreign words, but only Egyptians. They did not know about the presence of these chambers and passageways and the underwater also. How did this adventure actually contribute to highlighting the pyramids as a global touristic site?
It provides an extra level of curiosity, because people who have been here and they didn't know all of this information and visit the pyramids, they will be coming back to be curious to complete their adventure. And people who did not, who have the hope to come, they will accelerate. The ones who really did not really know about how this value in our life, and they see it as just ancient buildings, they now understand that this is not only ancient buildings, actually it has a role in our history. So they will be motivated to come over. So I believe, like, in this coming Christmas, because usually this group will come in Christmas break. So I believe that in the coming Christmas and coming summer, there will be a higher flux of people coming to see and visit our lovely Cairo and the pyramids in particular. And they may be trying to find out where are these tunnels, where are these water sources. And this might be a challenge for the local people who maybe don't know exactly how to reach these places, if it's even allowed for the public to access, you know.
With actually the video going viral with this 70+ million viewership, what are actually the most prominent local and international reactions to this visit?
I believe the local reaction was basically, majority of our media outlets have been profiling this visit. We have been now carrying the flag and trying to promote by us even visiting this particular videos to explore it. So we are delighted that we had this opportunity from the Ministry of Tourism and our government and our prime ministers to allow such a visit in this way, because we know for sure that having special visits or special access for people for 100 hours inside one of these tourism area is always a question mark, and is always seen as, should we take the public access to give it to a specific group or not? So having this step towards promoting Egypt and Egypt marvels, I hope that the government will be able to provide similar access to temples in Aswan, in Luxor, in Dahshur, everywhere. Everywhere we should have a profile like that, and having experts like Dr. Sahi Hawass will guarantee that the messages are actually the messages we are trying and we like to be said.
Yes, and actually, how do we expect this visit and this adventure and this video to reflect or affect the Egyptian tourism sector, especially in light of the coming opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum in July?
I believe it will increase the flux, because people now will come for two different reasons. One is the pyramids, and second one is to attend the opening of the Great Museum, which is actually next to the pyramid. When you stand in front of the door of the Great Museum, you will be standing and looking at the marvel of the Great Pyramid itself. It's actually visible. People, when they come to the soft opening right now, as colleagues and friends coming to visit our university from overseas, they'll be shocked to realize that this pyramid is part of our city. We could drive by it every day. People who are in this area, they see it. So having this particular video right now, it provides a proper indirect promotion, in particularly for the youth, because the elderly people don't use lots of videos, but youth, and you know that youth and the teenagers are coming into the digital media, into the videos, into the TikTok, all of these different apps. So this is the way we convey messages for them, and therefore they will force, or they will push their parents, and they push more visits to our country. So this was positioned in the right time, and we have like 4 more months or 6 or 5 more months towards the opening, which is give it enough time for people to make their own plans.
Yes, of course. Actually, in light of the evolution of technology and the social media platforms also, and videos spreading everywhere, everyone now is able to take videos and photos of anywhere they go. How do you see, or how does digital influencers coverage differ from traditional media coverage in light of the touristic sites?
The differences is he made the promotion early on that he had an access, an exclusive access. So he get different curiosity for his followers and people who are really aware of that. Number two is, if you talk about 70 million, let's talk about how many photos and how many snippets of this particular video have been showed in local media and in different set of medias online as well. Like, you know, that's all our newspaper right now, or almost all are live online. So many of the snippets or photos of this particular video have been watched all over the world. Not everybody has the luxury of going to see the video itself. There are lots of snippets, there are lots of pieces have been here and there as people covering this, providing a special coverage for this YouTube release. Therefore, there are so many who will be able to come. Like, if you counted 70 million, if I do a simple math in my head, I will say it's between 300 million to 700 million views of different images. If I add, like, you know how many images we put in an article, maybe 2 or 3 of the same video, and how many readers will go to main outlets like New York Times or any other outlets, because everybody is covering this particular video. So this is actually a good hype.
Yes, actually, how do you think the digital media is imposing or actually contributing to changing the mental image of an entire country?
Okay, we always talk about that with you guys at the TV and the people in the back office of the TV station. Yeah, digital media, it provides people opinion, and public would like opinions to concur with their own opinion. So having this collective opinion, it can create a specific opinion about different places. So having somebody like Mr. Beast and all of his credential in the promotions and all of his followers coming to say, I'm celebrating 100 hours in the greatest pyramid, and this was an exceptional experience for me. It provides credentials that this is a place to visit. We have also to understand that we are now facing lots of other negative views about our region because of so many things happening around us. We don't want to get into these details, but having such a shiny video from Mr. Beast like that shall provide light. So people now will come to see this light. So I'm actually so delighted. I wrote, I think, 3 or 4 different articles on this, one of them in English, 3 or 4 in Arabic, because it was really a shock for me, like having such a fantastic video about Egypt and seeing a key Egyptian individuals in the Egyptology showing in the video the collaboration. I felt it's very warm welcoming because the actual discussions was very warm, as if somebody's telling his friends, here is a good place, please come to see.
How actually did the government, the Egyptian government, I mean, respond to this visit and this adventure?
The government, I believe, they were positioned in the most proper position because they were basically granting the access. They granted the company and the teamwork. They would be able to provide endorsement, and I understand also they were providing lots of content, because if we didn't know about these passages, if we didn't know about these water sources, the only one who maybe know about it is the Ministry of Tourism, and Dr. Zahi Hawass is an expert in Egyptology, so he is the one who revealed these particular areas to them, because nobody from, even you mentioned before, Madam, that we don't know as Egyptians all of this existed around the pyramids, so only experts knew that. So the Egyptian government were actually very cooperative, and I hope and I wish our government will follow the same experience. Yeah, we have to study the request. We have to make sure it provides a proper, neutral message about our marvels, not guided by any interest. But I hope that the government will follow, and there are lots of monuments and lots of sites which deserve the same. Even the other pyramids as well. Even the Luxor, Aswan, Alexandria, everywhere, Dashur, everywhere in Egypt, we have similar marvels. So we hope that we have so many marvels. So.
Yes, actually, this is driving another question of why did he choose the pyramids of Giza? Like, it's very well known and everyone knows about it. Why did he choose it instead of going to other hidden gems that no one actually knows about and would actually bring more light to them?
The straightforward to this particular question is everybody knew about the pyramid. So if I want to show you the alternative or the other view of the pyramids, he will attract viewers.
More, yes.
So if you know a specific subject or a specific building, and I come say, oh, let me show you the hidden part of this pyramid, pyramids, or the areas which you did not explore. You, as a viewer, will be challenged internally. I am telling the truth or I am bluffing. So I will have the curiosity to watch. So that's why he started from there. If he took, and the pyramids is always the interest of everybody, from how they built it, where they built it, why they built it, what is the actual role. All of these are questions always repeated on social media. And this particular pyramids is of everybody's interest. So that's why this is my opinion. That's why he selected this pyramid, because he is revealing what we know very well. We drive by it almost every day in a different way. So this is what could drive our curiosity. Like I remember, like when we were looking at the early advertisement, me and my colleagues, I was like, oh, let us see what this guy will come to show us differently. But he showed us a very different view, a very different wisdom, a very different attitude, very different architecture of a building which we drive by, which is we call it the pyramid.
Yes. What do you think are the challenges that face him while filming this video?
The main challenge for me, I wanted to understand is how he maintains the audio quality and how he maintains the visual and the video in this marvel way to project it in these narrow areas. Because you know that when we come to your studio, we have like 4 times the size of the studio for equipment. So how he was able to position, how he carries this equipment, heavy equipment in these places, and how he was able to station it, so the station will provide this nice view. This is not a standard videographer who can do this kind of work.
Yes, actually, the presence of Zahi Hawass, the Egyptologist, the known Egyptologist, gives a message. What do you think this message, the presence of Zahi Hawass, gives to the world?
The message is Zahi Hawass give it to the world is he is basically welcoming everybody to come to Egypt. Like having such a figure like Zahi Hawass dealing with a junior or one of the new age YouTuber or video YouTuber, and then he come and say, here is, let me explain to you. He demonstrates the most welcoming message to our foreign visitors, that we are here to help you out, to show you the marvels of our ancient population. Zahi Hawass is a very well-known figure in Egyptology, and when he talks and when he explains, people listen to him because he is the source of this knowledge. He has been so long with experience in these areas of the world, and everybody respects his experience. So having such a figure accompany this video, it shows a complete endorsement for Egypt. It demonstrates that what we are saying here is the accurate message of the best knowledge of these particular places. It's not just somebody who will come and make a show and go. So this looks like a documentary for me. This is not an adventure. And having documentaries similar to different places with key figures like that, it will demonstrate the digitalization of Egypt in the new era of social media and digital media.
Yes, of course. Actually, it was an exceptional video, and we hope that it actually proves to the world or attracts more tourists to come to Egypt. And we do expect also from the private sector to act to this act. What do you expect from the private sector to, in regards of tourism, to organize more trips and to highlight this event in regards of boosting tourism?
I believe the private sector, in terms of tourist companies and so far and services, they will basically use this as a marquee view, because you know now when you attract visitors, you have to send them snippets and you have to send them videos. So this will contribute to their local economy by promoting these individuals and these companies into having a media, in a high quality media, to be used for promoting Egypt. Also, maybe the private sector at one time, they will try to repeat the same adventure in a different way, in a different location. You know, like it was a very unique experience, from the advertisement to it, from the shocking of that the government gives them this access, from the execution, from the production of the videos. and then publishing it. And I hope that Mr. Beast one day will show another YouTube which is behind the scene to demonstrate to us how
that would be very interesting.
Things have been happening, you know.
Yes, of course, that would be very interesting. And how do you actually, who do you actually see a good candidate for doing other videos like this?
The one who has the most number of followers, which will end up being Mr. Beast again.
Of course. Okay, Dr. Wael Badawy, professor at the Faculty of Artificial Intelligence and member of the Research and Communication Council for Information Technology. Thank you so much for giving us these valuable insights regarding this adventure. And dear viewers, a short break and we'll be right back.